You may go to your seats. The year was 2010. 2010 when DJ Khaled made a song called All I Do. Oh, y'all know that song. Amen. I'm not by myself. It was 2010. We was just coming out the baggy clothes era of hip hop, and we were still wearing big chains and flashing money around and showing off our cars and music videos. And the anthem for 2010, 2011, and summer 2012 was this song, All I Do Is Win. The song says, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody's hands go up. Yeah, you know it. And they stay there. And they stay there. And they said up, down, up, down, up, down. Because all I do is, yeah, y'all know the song. And if you're going in, put your hands in the air and let them stay there. I took some of y'all back, didn't I? That was our anthem in 2010. I saw some hands going up. Y'all was up, down, and y'all was having it, boy. Y'all gonna listen to that on y'all way home from church. Yes, indeed. But they gonna listen to it. But that was 2010. While the song has some of the biggest names in hip hop in the video, it also displayed to me just how much we didn't believe what we were singing. In my opinion, if all we do is win, then we should act like it. We should walk like it. Talk, move, sing, praise, and worship like it. But the truth of the matter is that sometimes we don't feel like all we do is win. Sometimes, let's just be honest, sometimes it feels like I lost a couple. Sometimes it feels like I've been beat up. Sometimes it feels like I have been jumped by the devil. Sometimes it feels like that if it ain't one thing, it's another. Matter of fact, we've gotten more used to raising things thinking we've won that we don't even realize when we have really won. I mean, the world tells us we should raise our bottles because we won. We should raise our guns. We should raise drugs. We should raise women bodies in just looking at them. We should raise homosexuality. We should raise all things as if we won something. While at the same time, we raise our hands in defeat. We raise our hands when we get pulled over and still get shot. We raise our hands in defeat to be promoted and we're overlooked. We raise our hands in defeat when we try to vote, but it's not counted. We raise our concerns and they are cast aside. We are defeated. We raise our voice and it goes unheard. It feels like we've been defeated. Truth of the matter is sometimes you can lose so many times that you have no idea you have won because you're so used to fighting. So used to being overlooked. So used to being denied. So used to being cast aside. So used to being told no. And if I can be honest with you, you don't even realize your good days outweigh your bad days because you don't want to look at the scoreboard. We have been conditioned to keep fighting. We have been mentally developed to stay grinding. We have been told to keep going so much that we don't know when to sit down and allow God to fight the battle for us. Here's your revelation for today. For the next 92 days until 2025, sit down and let God fight your battles. Maybe you didn't hear me. There's 92 days left in 2024. And here's your revelation. Sit down somewhere. Grandma said, sit down. And let God do the fighting. I know you have some goals to accomplish that you want to get set for and ready for in 2025, but you have some things to finish before the new year. Here it is. Let God do it. You have been pushed to make things happen for yourself so much that you fail to let God do what he said, what he promised, what he orchestrated and ordered to do. Now, I'm just going to let y'all know, y'all might be mad at me for this next statement, but God told me to tell some of y'all, you may not have received what was yours in 2024 because you tried to make it happen yourself. Instead of allowing God to do it and handle and fight your battles for you, you may not have had to go through what you went through if you allow God to do it. Sit down somewhere and allow God to do it for you. Let me see if I can say it this way. Y'all know it's football season, and I love football. I love the Chicago Bears. We're not doing too well. Okay. Neither are the Cowboys, but we keep moving. The only people in here that can really raise their hand in winning is the Steelers fan. But I'm just gonna keep going in my little message that I got right here. Since y'all want to talk about the Bears so much, I'm gonna keep going in my little message. I watch ESPN, and I listen to all the experts on ESPN. Some who are people who've never played, and some who are people who are former players. And they talk from a desk and say what certain teams should do. I have heard the blame be passed from the front office to the coaches to the players. But what I see and what I recognize is that those same people that sit behind the desk are not the same people who have to go up to the podium after the game and answer questions. What happens is that those people who sit behind the desk give their own opinion about what they think should happen. They ask questions, but the experts say what is wrong after all the game is over. Can I help you today? Be careful of the so-called experts talking from the desk to an audience and not to you. Be careful of the experts who wait until you have to come out to show their face and try and tell you what, how, when, where, and who should have, could have, would have done something. Be careful of the folk who won't come to you to help you, but pass their thoughts through someone else. If you can't come and step in my storm with me, don't try and tell me I need an umbrella. Don't try to tell me what I need to do. You're not fighting the battle I'm fighting. And the truth of the matter is, the fight looks different from the stands than from the field. And if you're not going to come and get on your knees with me on behalf of me, I don't need it. If you're not willing to give me an encouraging word in front of me, don't try and give me one through someone else. What I love about the game is that when the offense or the defense get a stop or score or something happens in the game, they have time where things have finished, and they go to the sideline and they pick up a tablet. And the tablet has aerial views of the plays that they ran that were good and bad. Some of the players go and pick up the phone and talk to the person who's sitting in the box. because the people in the box have a different view than the player. They have a different view from the fans and the spectators. They point out what is good and what was not good so that changes can be made. Can I suggest to someone today that sometimes we need to take a moment and sit down and listen to the coordinator that sits high and looks low. Listen to what he says. Make the proper adjustments so that when we get our chance to go back on the battlefield, we'll know what to do. So here it is. This is where we find our boy Moses in Exodus chapter 17. The Israelites are talking bad about Moses. This is Exodus chapter 17, and this is where the children of Israel are in a very peculiar spot. They actually want to go back to slavery. They want to go back to Egypt because they think that because Pharaoh is dead, they'll be better off. They think that the work that they were doing, it would be okay now than it was before. They're willing to re-enslave themselves just in order to have an easy life. And here they are, stuck in the wilderness with Moses. Here they are thinking that where they are is worse than where they were. Here they are thinking that because they don't have all the stuff that they used to have, that they're in a bad position. Not realizing that everything that they want can be provided to them by God. Matter of fact, everything that they needed had been supplied by God. They traveled through the wilderness, searching for a place that God had promised them. And they have not had a home to call theirs in such a long time. Yet, they were covered. They haven't had a kitchen to cook dinner in, Sunday dinner, fried chicken, pinto beans, cornbread, some of the stuff that I like to eat too. Yet, they've been fed. They haven't had a chance to properly raise their cattle. But yet their cattle was still thriving. Can I help you today? Don't let what people say about where you are deter you from where God is taking you. People will try and use their own disdain for where they are. Place it on your shoulders to make themselves feel better. So that where you are will seem like the worst case ever. When in fact, you're living better than what they are. Here's the truth about it. You can't even see that you're living better than them. But they can see that you're living better than them. But just because you don't have certain things that they got, they try and make you feel like you ain't got what you need. Come here. They haven't had a chance to have everything that they want. But yet they have everything that they need. You may not have a house what you want, but that apartment still covers your head. Because God provided. I may not drive the type of car that I want, but I got some transportation that I put gas in all the time, and it takes me wherever I need to go. Matter of fact, I may not be eating at Ruth's Chris, but these chicken breasts, when seasoned right, if you don't season your food, you don't know what I'm talking about. If it's seasoned right, tastes amazing. But where you are is where God needs you to be. Moses is being talked about bad because the people are not where they want to be. And they cry out to Moses, Moses, we're thirsty. Moses, we have no water to drink. Moses, how can we keep our cattle from being thirsty? We don't have nothing, Moses. And here's what Moses does. Moses tries to tell them, he said, I don't know what to do. So this is what he does. Some of the time that we fail to do, Moses turns to God and he prays and he says, God, what am I going to do? These people are ready to stone me. They're ready to take me out of here. This is what God tells him. God tells him to grab a few things and go to a stone. This is what he tells him. And these are your points. I'm going to say my points and sit down and let God do the rest. Your first point, for all you note takers out there, geography. Geography. Here's your second point. I'm going to give them all to you at one time. Here's your second point. Your second point is action. You know where I'm going. Here's your last point. Your last point is people. Stay with me. Stay with me. Geography is where you are able to do what God is asking you to do where you are. The action of it is what are you doing to help the situation? And here's the people. Who is around you that increases your life and not decreases? After each one of these, I want you to do me a favor. Go home and take an assessment of your life. Because if these three things are not happening in your life the way they should be happening, you need to rethink some of the places you go, some of the things that you do, and some of the people you hang around. Here it is. Let's start with geography. Exodus 17, 1 and 2. When you get a chance, go home and read the whole chapter. This is what it says. It says, at the Lord's command, the whole community of Israel left the wilderness of Sin and moved from place to place. Eventually, they camped at Rephidim, but there was no water for the people to drink. So once more, the people complained against Moses. Give us water to drink, they demanded from Moses. This is what I need you to understand about geography. They are in a desert place. They are in a dry, hot, uncovered place. And here's the part that maybe you missed. They're in a desert called Sin. Don't miss it. Your geography and where you are, you may be in a desert place because of your sin. Make sure that when you are wanting God to move on your behalf and you sit down, make sure you sit down without all the extra stuff that comes with it. This is what the Israelites are doing. They were moving through the desert of sin from place to place. It's hot in the day and it's cold at night. And yet, they're still covered by God. And they still have the audacity to complain about where they are. Don't miss it. This is what it says. It says that where they were in the desert of sin. They told Moses, give us something to drink. They said it with a demanding voice. Be careful of having people in your space that demand stuff from you and not ask for stuff from you. Maybe you missed it. Sometimes we could be in a place where our sin will demand so much from us that we forget about all the stuff God has done for us. We're in a place, the Israelites are in a place where they are mad at Moses, even though they are comfortable where they are. Their geography is telling them just how great God is. Maybe you missed it. They're moving from place to place. They're not set in one spot. God is still moving with them and taking them to where he said he was going. It was just at this point, they were in a deserted place, and God needed them to be there. Come here. You may feel like the stuff that you're going through in your life is a desert place. You may feel like it's hot sometimes, it's cold sometimes. I got friends, I don't have friends. People talk about me, people are with me, but yet God needs you to be where you are. I'm just telling you what the Lord said. You have to make sure that where you are, you're performing the way God is asking you to perform. Because the truth of the matter is, sometimes we will get to a place and we'll be in a place where we're asking God, why are we there? And then sometimes we'll sit down on God for the wrong reasons. God, since you ain't blessed me, I'm a pout. Since you ain't gave me what I asked for, I ain't going to church. Since you ain't passed that money to me in my pocket, God, I won't raise your name. Well, guess what, baby? You can sit there and pout all you want to, but the truth of the matter is God still covered you. God still kept you. God still held you up. Regardless of what you do, God needs you where you are. That's your geography. That's where you are. Let's move on down. You got geography, then you got action. You got action. Exodus 17, 4 and 5, this is what it says. Then Moses cried out to the Lord, what should I do with these people? They are ready to stone me. Then the Lord said to Moses, walk out in front of the people. Take your staff, your weapon, the one you used when you struck the water of the Nile, and call some of the elders of Israel to join you. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. I promise you. It's right there in 4 and 5. The Lord said to Moses, walk out in front of the people. Take your staff, the one you used that you struck the water of the Nile, and call some of the elders of Israel to join you. It's right there. Have you ever felt like God was calling you to the front? You ain't got to answer me. Have you ever felt like God had a calling on your life, but you just sat back on it? Have you ever felt like God was trying to push you somewhere, and you just left God out of it? Here's the thing. God told Moses to get in front. But this is what happened. If you continue to read, you will see that God told Moses, I will go before you. Maybe you missed it. He told Moses, Moses, this is the action I need you to take place. Since you called on me, this is what I need you to do. I need you to get in front of the people. The same people that want to stone you. The same people that talk about you. The same people that complain about you, the same people that just put your name through the dirt, the same people. Get in front of them. Get this. Make yourself open to harm. Listen, if I got to get in front of people who ready to stone me, I don't think I'd do it. Because that gives them an opportunity to do something bad to me. But God told me, get in front of the people. Then he said, when you get in front of the people, I'm going to go before you. So that no matter who picks up a stone, no matter who fixes their mouth, no matter who tries to swing on you, no matter who tries to talk about you, it will not work. Because I'm in front of you. I'm in front of you. I will be before you. And this is what I need you to do. I need you to take your weapon. Your weapon that you've gotten used to, your weapon that you used before, your weapon that I gave to you. This is what I need you to do. I need you to strike a rock. I need you to strike the rock, and that's all I need you to do. I don't need you to pray, lay oil on it. I don't need you to do nothing else. All I need you to do is stand in front of the people and strike the rock and let me do the rest. Can I help you today? Some of y'all think y'all helping God when y'all really putting y'all life in danger. Okay. God is telling you and giving you the instructions of what you need. What you need to do. Strike the rock. Strike the rock. And watch the water come out. Now, get this. The place, the geography of where they are, this is what Moses named it. He named it Massa, which means testing. And he also named it Meribah, which means arguing. But the people still questioned God. Oh, okay, maybe you missed it. He told Moses, get in front of the people. When you get in front of people, I'm going to go before you. I need you to bring your staff. I need you to bring the elders with you. And then I need you to strike the rock. Watch the water come out the rock. Watch it come out. I need you to name this. I need you to name it also this. After God did everything that he said, they still question him. Can I help you today? It may not make sense to you what God is doing. It may not make sense as to why you are where you are. It may not make sense as to why God did what he did. It may not make sense why you still got to be in this place. But the truth of the matter is, God has you there for a reason, and there's no need for you to question God. You have to follow through with the action of the plan. Follow through with the action of the plan. You got your geography. You got your action. Now let's talk about some people. Woo. Y'all stay with me. Let's talk about some people. Exodus 17, 8 through 13. I'm not going to read it all, but here's the gist of it. The gist of it is that while the people were still at Rephidim, the warriors of Amalek attacked them. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm not sure about you. For all my Bible scholars, that name Amalek sounded familiar. If you look back in the history, you will see that the people of Amalek are family of Esau. And see it as though they are the family of Esau, that means they're fighting against their own family. Moses commanded Joshua, choose some men. He didn't say a number, he just said choose some men. And this is what I need you to do. I need the men to go out and fight the army of Amalek for us tomorrow. This is what Moses said. Tomorrow I will stand at the top of the hill holding the staff of God in my hand. And so Moses did. Moses stood at the top of the hill with a staff in his hand, and Moses had his hands up. Okay. Moses had his hands up, and Moses' arms got tired. So Moses put his hands down. And then he got a little bit more strength. Moses put his hands back up. But then they got tired again, so Moses put his hands down. I'm not sure if you know where I'm going, but Moses was the reason why they was winning the war. It wasn't because of what they were doing, it was because of Moses' position of worship. Sometimes people will try and get you out of position just so they can put you in a place of you losing the battle. Come on now, don't sit down on me. Don't sit down on me. Y'all know it's some people in your life that will try and get you away from God, try and get you to do some stuff that you ain't done in years, try and get you to go off and you ain't fought nobody in 20 years, but yet they keep pushing that button. People will do it every single time. That's what people will do. But if it's not the right people that's around you, you will always feel like you lost. So here's what Moses did. Moses brought Aaron and Hur with him. And as Moses' arms got tired, Moses put his arms up. Aaron and Hur told Moses, sit down for a while. And as Moses sat down, Aaron was on one side holding Moses' hands, and Hur was on the other side holding his other hand. And every single time that Moses' hands stayed up, the children of Israel won the war. Moses didn't do it by himself. He had some good people around him. And I just want to tell somebody in here, you need to make sure you got some good people around you. People that'll hold you up when you gotta sit down. People that will prop you up when you too tired to go forward. People that will encourage you even though you don't feel like hearing it. You need to have some good people. If they will sit there and watch you lift your hands, lay your hands down, lift your hands, you don't need those people in your life. If they only come around when you win it, you don't need those people in your life. If they only come around when you got your paycheck, you don't need those people in your life. If they only come around when your business is booming, you don't need those people in your life. You need some people that's going to sit there and hold you up. No matter what's going on, no matter what's happening in your life, no matter how far everything's going, they will sit there and hold you up. Aaron and Hur was on each side holding Moses' arms up. And I could just hear Moses now. All I do is win, win, win. No matter what, I got Jesus on my mind and I'll never get enough. Because every single time the battle comes towards me, all I do is lift my hands up and they stay there. And they stay there, and they stay there. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Because all I do is win, win, win. Why do I win? Because that same man who 2,000 years ago put his hands up and he surrendered his life and he gave his life for you and for me. Why? So all we could do is win, win, win. They stretched him wide. They put him in the middle of the earth and he died 3 days. He stayed dead. His arms was down. But can I help you? The angels of the Lord came and lifted him up, and all he do is win. All you do is win. No matter what's going on in your life, you will win. There's one more thing I need to tell you about this story that Moses was in. There's one more thing I need to tell you about what happened when Moses finished the war. After they won, this is what Moses did. Moses took a banner and he put it up over where he was. What does a banner mean? A banner means that I have the victory. It means that I have the victory. Y'all know the names of God. Can I help you today and help you understand that in your action, these are the names you need to call on? He's Jehovah Nissi. He's the banner. He's Jehovah Jireh. The Lord will provide. He's Jehovah Rapha, the Lord that heals. He's Jehovah Sikkenu, the Lord our righteousness. He's Jehovah Shalom, the Lord is peace. He's Jehovah Sabaoth, which means the Lord of hosts. He's Adonai, the Lord and Master, and he's El Shaddai, means God Almighty. I'm not sure who I'm preaching to, but you need to know how to call on his name when you are in trouble, and he will direct you to put a banner over your life, so everywhere you go, people will see every step that I take. I have the victory. No matter what comes my way, all I do is win.